Hello once again, listeners, and welcome to In the Library with
Tara.
And as ever, I'm Adrian. We're coming at you for the middle of October 2025.
2025?
I know, right? If you're listening 12,000 years in the future, this was recorded 12,000 years in the past.
Nice.
So, what is it we're here to talk about today?
Well, you chose this week's topic, and you said books with witches.
As a matter of fact, I did. So, do you want to give us a definition of what is a witch?
Well, I guess it could mean whatever you want it to mean. But a witch, to me, is someone who either has magical powers or practices magical powers of some sort. And sometimes they're crazy talented, like they go to Hogwarts, and sometimes they can only do a tiny bit of magic.
For those of you who are playing along at home, the Oxford English Dictionary defines a witch as a person, in later use typically a woman, who practices witchcraft or magic, especially of a malevolent or harmful nature.
And a lot were burned at the stake.
That's true.
Although, let's be real, they were not witches.
That's true.
Anyone who didn't like someone would be like, witch! And then they'd be like, okay, let's attack.
And isn't it fortuitous that all of the witches who got burned were involved in land grabs by...
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's also interesting to note, like, according to the Oxford Dictionary, it implies malevolence.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that a lot of times, especially in more modern media, you see good witches sort of...
Yeah, because it's kind of like...
into.
Because at that time, it was seen as such a bad thing, and it's like now we're turning it around. And because it's that idea that just because you're born into something doesn't mean that you're a bad person.
That's true.
And also, little known fact, there were men who were killed or tried because they were thought to be witches as well. It was mostly women, but it was not completely.
That's true.
I would love to go to Salem sometime and see the history.
So,
Yes.
what did you read? Because before we started recording, I placed a bet that it was Roald Dahl's The Witches.
And you would be wrong. Wah,
What?
wah, wah.
You did-
Although I did consider it, and I got the book, and I realized that I did not have the time to finish it, so I didn't do it. I went to my favorite author, Kelly Armstrong. She has quite a few supernatural books out there, but she has a very short series that I like called Cursed Luck. It's like a 2.5 book series because there's a novella in there. And
I'm
It's-
glad you clarified the half a book.
well, I did want to explain. I only read half. It's a really good series, and I like it because it ties in a little bit of Greek mythology, which her books, her adult books, have not done before, and I really like Greek mythology. So it was just a little bit there. It's not like too much or too complicated. It's not like Percy Jackson. But it was interesting. So like everybody who has magical powers is like a descendant of some Greek god. And so like their power has to do with what their great-great ancestors' power is. And so the main character, she is a witch, and she can like jinx things. So her power is she takes curses off of objects, and she can put them on there. And there's a guy in there, and he has like he has good luck, like crazy good luck. But anytime you do something in one direction, you get pulled in another. So if he does something that gives him a lot of good luck, then he's going to be cursed with a bunch of bad luck afterwards. So it's very like yin and yang, like...
You have to balance the scales.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. What did you think of that book series?
I love everything that she writes. I really do like this series. It's a really easy series. It's an easy read. She actually wrote it during COVID. She needed something... I read it a while ago, like her description, and I don't remember it anymore. But basically, she needed something good to focus on, and she needed something to put her energy into. So it's supposed to be lighthearted, and it's supposed to be non-complicated. It was trying to make things a little bit better. So I highly recommend Kelly Armstrong and all of her books.
Just a general sweeping recommendation for Kelly Armstrong. Speaking of sweeping recommendations,
Mm-hmm.
I reread, Terry Pratchett's 6th Discworld novel, The Wyrd Sisters. The Weird Sisters is the second appearance of witches in Terry Pratchett's Discworld series, and it is a semi-satirical send-up of Macbeth.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea.
So the three central witches of Terry Pratchett's novels are Granny Weatherwax, who is the crone. There's Nanny Ogg, who is the matriarch figure. And then there's their newest and youngest, Margat Garlick, who is the junior most and the rounding out of the three. Because every witch coven has to consist of exactly 3 witches. Because if there was only one, that's not a coven. If there's 2, they're going to annoy each other. If there's 3, one can dispute between the 2 being annoyed at each other. And any more than that, they're all going to annoy each other.
3 seems... I feel like you'd want a couple more.
Nope, because if you add more, then they'll all start to annoy each other.
Yeah, because 3 can't annoy each other.
Well, it's supposed to be that one will be the voice of reason. So in The Weird Sisters, King Verence I of Lancre is murdered by his cousin Duke Felnet.
Bum, bum, bum.
And his son and the crown are hidden away so that his son can take his rightful place on the throne 15 years in the future. But of course, the Duke is going to do a lot of damage in the intervening 15 years, so the witches decide that they're going to do what they do best and send everything 15 years into the future so they can circumvent all the problems. Which, of course, leads to a whole bunch of other problems. And, then there's the whole Macbeth arc where you have to defeat your uncle, you have to become king, you have to renounce your throne, you have to give it to your revealed in the 3rd act half-brother, who is in a romance with what is technically his sister, they discover. And, yeah, it's weird. And it's left hanging on that note, spoilers. But if you are a fan of Terry Pratchett, then you probably already know several of his works. And there are several in the Weird Sisters arc, because this is only the 2nd of the books.
I've not read his books before.
Well, that's on you.
It is.
So did you read anything else this week?
This week? Or in general? No.
Yes.
I mean, I think the best witch book to ever recommend is Harry Potter.
Harry Potter?
Yes. Harry Potter's the best. I will
I
never
think he's
outgrow
a
it.
wizard. I'm pretty sure Hagrid specifically...
For witchcraft and wizardry.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Hagrid specifically tells Harry Potter you're a wizard.
Yes, but there are lots of witches in there. Hermione Granger.
Are you
Hermione
sure?
Granger, yes.
I want someone to double check that.
She's the witch of the age.
If you believe that Hermione Granger is a witch, please leave a comment
What
down
else
below.
would she be?
It's engagement bait, okay?
Oh, okay. My bad.
If you believe Hermione Granger to be a witch, leave a comment down below.
If you think she's the greatest witch of her age, then give us 3 likes. And that's not possible.
Can she be the greatest witch of her age?
They say that.
I'm just thinking...
Dumbledore says it at one point,
I'm
too.
just thinking she's up against some pretty...
Of her age.
Stiff competition, though.
Who else?
Well, you've got... I'm desperately trying to think of Harry Potter characters. You've got like Cho Chang, Neville Longbottom.
Yes, Neville Longbottom, the best wizard of the group.
Witch. We're talking about witches right here.
You're the one that brought up Neville. And she's the best witch or wizard of the age. She's so intelligent. And she knows exactly what she's doing.
Can we talk about the just very briefly here? I've only seen a couple of the Harry Potter movies, right?
Adrian.
I've read all the books, but I've only seen a couple of the movies. But one of the reasons I stopped watching the movies is because in the book, they are a well-balanced circle. Mm-hmm. Harry solves some problems. Ron solves some problems. Hermione solves some problems.
Be a triangle since there's 3.
Well, but they're also a perfect coven because if one...
There you go.
One gets to be the voice of reason between the other 2. But...
Usually Hermione.
in the movie, granted, I've only seen the first 4 movies. I didn't bother with 5, 6, or 7. Or 7 part 2. It seemed like all of the problems were solved by Hermione and Harry, and Ron was devolved or flanderized into just the comic relief sidekick. Is that a fair assessment?
I mean, but to be fair, he wasn't that much different in the book.
Well, yeah, but at least in the book he is shown to be like he is the great chess player, and
Yeah, and they show that he's the great chess player in the movie.
Yes, but that's about the only thing he does in all of the movies, at least as far as I saw.
Well, you need to keep watching then.
I don't know. I feel like he got relegated to being the dumb friend.
There are a handful of things to complain about, solely because you can't put everything into the movie or take forever, which I would be thrilled about. But I don't think that's one of the top complaints. I mean, really what they did to Ginny Weasley is the biggest complaint. She was not the same in the movies as she was in the books. No disrespect to the actress. Fabulous.
Yeah.
But she was whiny, and she didn't really do that much, and in the movies, her and Harry getting together was just a little bit of a stretch. Spoilers.
We're spoiling everything today.
I went to a Harry Potter tea party last weekend with my niece.
Oh, yeah? How'd that go?
It was fun. It was at Clara J's tea house and Mommy, and we dressed up, and we had a bunch of themed snacks and tea. It was great.
So I'm going to throw some witch pairings at you, and you tell me which you think is the better witch.
Ooh, okay.
And then everyone in the comments can tell you how wrong you are. Okay?
Yeah, just like you normally do.
So if you had to pit the Sanderson sisters and their witchcraft, now see, this is kind of not fair because there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
But they're kind of dumb. So we're going to pit them against Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
So, I guess I have to figure out how we're judging this. Am I just saying which ones I like better, or which ones are more powerful, or
who are the most powerful
who would win in a
witches?
fight against each other?
Yeah, they're having a magic off. Who's the stronger?
Well, here's the thing: one's in the water and 3 are on land.
Ursula can come out of the water. She did. She grew legs and came out. She grew like.
But she
50 stories
couldn't
tall.
do that before she made Ariel sign the contract.
She grew like 50 stories tall.
And the Sanderson sisters can only live for like a day before they go poof into the sky.
So what you're saying is Ursula just has to play a defensive game? Just stall for time?
Yeah, basically. That's what the kids did. I'm going to say the Sanderson sisters because if Ursula was so good of a witch, she wouldn't have been relegated to like the depths of the ocean, and she would have been hiding out with all the eels and stuff. She would have taken on her brother a long time ago. And you know what? The Sanderson sisters, they would have killed their brother as children. So I'm going to say the 3 of them.
Okay. Now, we're going to switch gears here.
And they actually killed people. I don't think Ursula ever did, but that was Disney.
I mean, it could just be that it's a Disney production.
They're both Disney.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are both Disney. Okay. So, staying on Disney witches.
Okay.
Maleficent, who you may remember from... No, it's Sleeping Beauty. Yeah.
Aurora.
I got it. I caught myself. I was
Sleeping waiting Beauty. To see if you get it.
I did. Versus the Wicked Witch of the West.
The Wicked Witch of the West, because Maleficent isn't a witch, she's a fairy.
Okay. Well, since we're disqualifying on technical grounds, the Wicked Witch of the West versus Sabrina Spellman from Sabrina the Teenage Witch fame.
Oh. Okay, when we're thinking Wicked Witch of the West, are we sticking with Wizard of Oz, or are we making her wicked? Or both?
Both together. Because
Okay.
when she's just the Wicked Witch in Oz, she doesn't really do much. Am I wrong? She casts sleep through the poppies and she sends monkeys.
Which doesn't mean she couldn't do more, but that's all she did to Dorothy. Whereas in Wicked, she had a much bigger power. So here's the hard part. I would say that the Wicked Witch, Elphaba, I feel like she has bigger power. She can do a lot more dramatic stuff. However, Sabrina can do a lot more, and she has more control over her power because she was like doing like the training. She can just like tap her finger, like shoot her finger and like do whatever she wants. So even though Elphaba can do like these great things and like give monkeys wings and like do this big stuff, I feel like Sabrina could take her.
The greatest magical trick of all, giving monkeys wings.
All monkeys should have wings. That'd be magical.
Do you know who Melisandre is?
Melisandre? No, give me more.
She's from the Game of Thrones.
Oh, I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Okay, so we'll skip that witch. We will skip that one.
She's the least powerful.
The least powerful. So the problem, for those of you who have followed Game of Thrones, there's a problem with Melisandre. In the book, she has weird, sort of undefined powers. And then in the series, she has other equally undefined powers.
She's very undefined as a person.
Very much so.
Bummer.
Okay. I'm trying to pick some famous witches.
I feel like we should have like a hierarchy. Like we should like then bring them against each other and like figure out who's most powerful.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
You said that the greatest witch of her age is Hermione Granger.
Yes.
So you're familiar with her. Are you familiar with the Scarlet Witch from Marvel Comics? Have you seen many of the Marvel movies or read the comics?
Yeah. That's a hard one. I feel like I gotta stick with Hermione because she's read so many books and she can just like perform magic so well. Like she was even like doing stuff to like the adults and they didn't know what was going on. So you know what? I gotta assume that she has a spell handy for everything. It would be a magical fight and I'd love to see it.
I think it's going to come down to whether or not Scarlet Witch's children have been taken from her or not.
I didn't get that far.
Oh.
Did her and Vision have kids?
She created a reality where they had kids.
Oh, so not in the real life, but okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Her power grows relative to her sadness.
Yeah, I thought she actually...
Have you seen Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
No. I used to like a lot of Marvel, and then everything was interconnected, and it just kept growing, and it was just too much, because if you missed one thing, you missed everything, and it's like,
Yeah, that's fair. In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, she's so upset that the reality where she made her children was taken away from her that she starts taking away everyone else's alternate realities, and she grows infinitely more powerful. But
well, then maybe she would beat Hermione. I don't know. The Scarlet Witch, I know. I still feel like Hermione would have an answer.
That's fair enough. And again, if you disagree with anything we're saying, please leave it in the comments down below. This is called engagement bait. We're not supposed to say it's engagement bait, are we?
If you disagree with everything I say the opposite. Say I'm right.
So, okay, so I'm going to go with two really nebulously powered witches here. Okay. Mother Gothel from Rapunzel is a witch. She does she's the one who...
if you go back into like the original story, yes, she is a witch.
And she somehow knows the magic words to make the flower hair work. Yeah. So somehow she knows that song, right?
It's true.
Which, how she learned that song. I like the idea she just rocked up to that flower and she's like, I'm going to sing for this flower and it's going to work.
Might have been.
Doesn't matter how. Just
she could have sang anything and she didn't realize it.
She walks up to it and she's like, we wish you a Merry... And it's amazing. It works. It works. It just works. So she's got weird nebulous powers. Yeah. We are going to pair her against... So we're going to pair Mother Gothel with her weird, poorly defined magical powers versus Dolores Umbridge.
Unfortunately, Dolores Umbridge. Oh, the worst character in the whole Harry Potter universe.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but...
Because, I mean, even in the original stories with Rapunzel, the witch's powers were still limited. It's not like she could do whatever she wanted to. She placed the curse, and but she didn't do anything.
Just was wondering if you would...
She could just live forever. That's all she's got.
Go against your deep, abiding hatred. Although Mother Gothel's not much better, if we're being honest.
I'd rather Mother Gothel.
They're both kind of awful, though.
Yes, but no one is more awful. So it's funny. Statistically, people hate Dolores Umbridge so much more than Voldemort. They would rather Voldemort be in the series. And not like we hate her, but like the writing, but we just don't like her. She was a very good villain.
Get out of my show.
I think it's because she was so much more real. She was like a real life embodiment of evil, like what you could see in your day-to-day life, where like Voldemort is like imaginary. That's never going to happen.
Are you familiar with Circe's from the Odyssey?
Yes.
She captures sailors, turns them into pigs. Okay. So we're going to take Circe.
Okay.
Great pig transformationist. And we are going to pit her against Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service.
Okay, well, Cersei. Kiki's awesome, but she doesn't really have that much power.
She can fly.
She can fly. That's what she's got. And I only read the first book. Maybe something more happens later,
No.
but okay.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love it if I could fly. If that was my only power, I'd be happy. But
So I actually learned something because we've talked about Kiki a number of times here.
Mhm.
I have read the book. I have seen the movie, but I've only ever seen the English dub of the movie. I've never sat down and actually watched it in Japanese.
why? You know Japanese.
Yes, but I never have.
Okay.
When I owned a copy, I owned it on VHS and it only had English, and so I only ever watched it in English. And
Wow, it's that old?
it is 1989, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
That's
old.
older than I am.
But here's the thing. So in the Disney translation,
Yep.
her only two powers are she can fly and talk to cats.
What, she can talk to all cats,
Well,
not just
her
her
cat.
familiar? Okay, well,
Her
that's...
In the Disneyized version, she loses the ability to talk to her cat. In the original Japanese version, she keeps the ability to talk to her cat. Why did they take that away?
I don't know, because that was the part I disliked so much when you told me. That's so mean.
It is mean, and it also doesn't. So, I know because when I watched it in Japanese, and I'm like, why is she still talking to the cat? Because she's supposed to lose the ability to talk to the cat, and I got all confused, and I started like Googling like, why is she talking to the cat? I have the weirdest.
So
Google search
you're
history.
telling me I shouldn't watch the English version, but I should get a dubbed version of the Japanese.
Sure.
Okay, that's what I'm hearing.
So they said that talking to Gigi represented her childlike side.
Yeah.
And so by maturing, she lost the ability to talk to Gigi.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently she kept it in Japan because every person has a little bit of a child in them still.
Yes, I agree with that.
Is that not much better?
so much better? Then, you're all grown up. There's nothing special no more.
No more talking to cats. You are a big, strong...
Uh-huh. Well, they kind of had a thing going on, Disney. Do you remember that movie, Don't Look Under the Bed, about the imaginary friend and like how they disappear when they get too old and they turn into the monster?
Are we gonna go ahead and spoil Inside Out now too with the imaginary friend?
I haven't seen number 2.
I'm talking about the first one.
Oh.
You already forgot. It's fine. All right, we should be moving on now. Let's talk about what's going on at your local library. Why don't you start us off?
Well, coming up at the Bedford Branch Library is the Arts for Our Future show. This is a local art show, so if you have some artwork out there you want to put it in the show, reach on out. Art turn-in is on Thursday, October 30th. It costs $30 to register, and you can have up to 3 pieces in the show. The reception will be Sunday, November 2nd, and... yeah, it's a pretty fun time. Register, turn in some artwork. Make me feel bad because I can't draw to save my life.
All right, this is coming up very soon, so I'm going to go ahead and drop it here. Coming up on October 20th, 2025 at the Dorsch Memorial Branch Library, we're going to have Superhero Training Camp. You're invited to test your powers at Superhero Training Camp. Children will participate in a series of challenges and activities designed to mimic a superhero. They'll get the chance to create their own superhero mask and cape. Registration is required.
Can we do an event like that for those who are young at heart? Because it sounds fun.
No.
Rude. Coming up at the Bedford Branch Library is Indivisible. Please join Bedford, Michigan Indivisible as we participate in democracy and better our communities. The last event that they have, at least right now, is Tuesday, October 28th at 6 p.m. at the Bedford Library. You can just come here, show on up, be a part of it, and hopefully they have some more meetings coming up after that.
The Dorsch Memorial Branch Library is pleased to present Flower Christmas Ornament coming November 1st, 2025 from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Come to the Dorsch Memorial Branch and create 2 Christmas ornaments. We'll make flowers using paper towel tubes. One ornament will go home with you, while another will be placed on our Dorsch Christmas tree. Space is limited.
Also up at the Bedford Branch Library is Family Night. We're going to watch Dog Man. This will be Dog Man. This will be on Thursday, November 6th at 6 p.m. Test your knowledge and win a prize. There is not a movie called Dogman, is there?
What?
Is it a movie?
It's a book series and a movie.
It just says test your knowledge and win a prize. Celebrate the upcoming book.
Yeah, there's a new Dogman book coming out, but there is a movie.
I don't think they're playing the movie.
Well, I don't know.
Can I start that over?
Nope. It's perfect.
No.
It's perfect the way it is.
Coming up at the no, I'm redoing it. No.
Maybe Branch
No.
Libraries,
I'll keep
please
talking.
present.
No, I'll keep talking. Let me redo that. Coming up at the Bedford Branch Library is a family night. This will be on Thursday, November 6th at 6 p.m. Test your knowledge and win a prize. Let's celebrate the upcoming new book with some Dogman fun. Please register ahead of time.
Do you think there'll be a movie?
No, I don't think there is.
Maybe Branch Libraries, pleased to present Book and Build for kids and families. Book and Build is a fun family story time. Stop by the library for this evening event where families can enjoy some music, a book, and fun building-based follow-up activity. We meet monthly. Please register to ensure we have enough building supplies for each family. The next one will be October 20th, followed by November 17th, both of 2025, and all events will go from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m.
Are you interested in K-pop? Well, we got a K-pop club. It's at the Bedford branch and at the Petersburg branch. Please register ahead of time. We have 2 more events coming up this fall. October 23rd at 6 p.m. will be at the Bedford Branch Library, and November 13th at 6 p.m. will be at the Petersburg branch. Come on out and hang out with other K-pop fans. They listen to music, they play games, they have a grand old time.
Have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters?
I think I'm the only person left who has not seen this.
I admit I've seen it. The Vivian Branch Libraries pleased to present Trunk or Treat coming Thursday, October 23rd, 2025 from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Choose your favorite Halloween costume and come out and enjoy a trunk or treat at the Vivian Branch Library. Please be sure to register soon. This one will fill quickly.
They usually do.
There's also one coming up at Bedford, yeah?
Yeah, on the 28th.
The 28th? Oh my goodness.
And that one is huge. A ton of kids come. There's a bunch of cars, and we have dancing witches outside.
Witches?
Witches!
We just talked about witches.
We did? Which witch did we talk about?
The witch that we talked about, the witch.
The witchy witch.
The witchiest witch of them all.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Which witch?
The wicked witch.
Ah.
Ding.
We would like to thank you for joining us today on In the Library with
Tara
and Adrian. If you happen to be listening on YouTube, hopefully you've already started a argument down in the comment section below over your favorite witch. But do be sure to like and subscribe and hit that ring bell for notifications.
If you are listening on Spotify, thank you so much. Please like our individual episode and like our page as a whole. It helps with that crazy algorithm thing and the numbers and the dots and all that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.